Hang on, who's the...
Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, ni hao. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ken at 10. Bang on time, actually, just looking at the clock, just ticked over to 10 o'clock. How are you today? I hope you're well. If you haven't been here before, thanks for coming. We are James Alexander Estate Agents. My name's Ken, and that's why it's called Ken at 10. We're based in southwest London, Norbury, SW16 to be precise, and we sell and let properties locally, talk about all things community and property, of course. And the property news is we're in lockdown. The property market isn't really affected in the same way as last time, because the difference this time is we are specifically excluded, whereas last time it was just myself and my wife coming in daily and collecting rents, dealing with maintenance issues. Now it's quite different. We're all in the office. We are allowed to continue, obviously, as COVID safe as we can possibly be. And as far as the market's concerned, people are out there and viewing. Not in as large numbers so far, but, you know, Friday, as many of you all know, is my favorite day of the week. Why is it my favorite day of the week? Because it's the day when we get everybody out. It's exciting. People are planning their weekends, planning what properties to look at and what not to look at. And our job is to get a sense of urgency behind our vendors and our properties and make sure that if they're out viewing, then it's our properties they're viewing, not the competition's. Of course, we do that with presentation and videos as well, but it's important that we get on the phone. You know, we are telephone salespeople at the end of the day, and our job is to make sure, you know, that people are looking, they're out there looking at your house if you're on the market with us or flat. So I hope you're doing well today. We're excited about the weekend. First weekend of lockdown. So when I report on Monday, be interested to see how it's gone, because, you know, things are different. It's a little bit quieter on the roads, but it seems so far that people are not perturbed by this. They're quite prepared to look at properties and continue their hunt and continue to try and get something before the March 31st deadline. Lettings wise, not as busy on lettings, but there are still move-ins taking place over the weekend. And, you know, we're finding that certainly it's slower on that side of things. Most people are staying put, understandably so. But those that are looking to move are finding that there's not that much available. So it's a strange market as far as the lettings is concerned. Of course, a lot of people are furloughed and struggling, and that's another discussion. We have had discussions with all of our tenants about this. And, you know, a lot of tenants initially said they couldn't pay. But then when the furlough is paying 80% of salary, you know, when we have discussions with our tenants, we do say, look, you know, if you've got 80% of your salary coming in, your rent should be a priority. Of course, you've got to eat and heat your home, and that has to come first. But outside of that, then your rent should be a priority. A roof over your head, after all, is, you know, one of the most important things. And having had those discussions, we're having good success with our tenants. Mostly people are paying, very few non-payers. And those that are, you know, we're concentrating on what we can do next. Obviously, our powers are limited in the current market, but there are things you can do. And of course, when this all ends, then things will be back to normal. When that happens, who knows? I mean, look, we're looking at several vaccine options now, aren't we? They said there are thousands of vaccines, as many as 2,000 that are going through trials. So I'm sure that some of them will come through and be positive. We've got to look for a ray of light. You know, I know it's tough right now, especially when we hear that furlough is going to be extended until the spring. What does that mean? Does it mean lockdown till spring? Who knows? You've got to think, are they thinking that way? Otherwise, why would they extend furlough for quite so long? Which is frustrating. But the good news is the housing market's been specifically excluded, and therefore you can hunt for a new home regardless. So I hope you're doing well. We're certainly looking forward to the weekend. Everybody's on the phone selling right now, and I love to hear it. As you can probably hear in the background, people are on the phone saying, what are you doing? You know, what have you seen so far? And you know, what is it that you're looking for in a move? And some of the most important questions we ask are things like, why are you moving? You know, what are the ones that you've looked at like? What's the best one you've seen? And, you know, really trying to marry their thoughts with ours so we can have a picture of exactly what you want from a home. You know, once we've got the picture in our mind of what you want, then we can say, okay, we kind of understand exactly where you're coming from, and then we can work out whether it's affordable and doable in the price range in the area you're looking, or whether we could perhaps suggest some alternative areas where it's slightly more affordable, or perhaps it comes down to a little bit more money and get what you want. You know, sometimes it's that simple that you just need to be looking at what is available, maybe in a slightly higher price range if you can afford to. Of course, that's not an option for everybody. But the main thing is to be listening to people, and rather than just talking at people, we're very much of the view that, you know, we ask open questions so that our applicants can come to us and say, look, these are the things we need. This is why we're moving. And then from those, we can build a picture in our minds as to exactly what it is that you're looking for and how realistic that is as well. Because if it's not realistic, then we have to own that and have a hard discussion along the lines of, look, in this area, we can't find that for you. Two choices. lower your sights or other areas, you know, if money's not an option for you, because there's always three choices if you can't find what you want, where you want. You've got more money, not an option for most I know, lower your sights, perhaps terraced instead of semi, and other areas, perhaps areas outside the prime area you'd like to be, that little bit cheaper, you might find exactly what you want. And the good news is the supply of property is so strong right now that if you can't find now, then, you know, it's hard to think when you will find. So I hope your hunt is good if you're looking, and hope you have a great day. Hope you and your family are staying safe and well. Do look out for our lockdown days posts. Yesterday we had the movie emoji quiz. We've got the answers up now. Look down on our Facebook page to see that. If it occupies you for a while and brings a smile to you and your family's faces, then we're glad, because that's what it's there for. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be back on Monday with another Ken at 10. Have a fantastic weekend. Ciao.